2K TV postseason.
Our defense will be a little too much for them.
I'm just ready to win.
Losing is not an option. You want to be on the cover. You want to be the best.
The game just kicked off.
I'm excited to play. I'm really enjoying it.
This makes me want to try to compete for $250,000.
There you go. There you work too.
This is it. This is for the money. Win or go home, right?
Winners win, losers go home. Today on 2K TV postseason.
Our defense will be a little too much for them.
I'm just ready to win.
Losing is not an option. You want to be on the cover. You want to be the best.
The game just kicked off.
I'm excited to play.
This makes me want to try to compete for $250,000.
Today on 2K TV postseason.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the Dallas Mavericks at their home, American Airlines Center. For Dallas, they lost Game 1 in this matchup earlier this season. They'll see them 4 times in all, looking to even the series with a win tonight. Let's talk about small forward Chandler Parsons for just a second. He was a great find in the second round back in 2011. Got a big contract now, and Kenny, we go to you. Do you feel he's lived up and is living up to those expectations?
Well, he surpassed his expectations as a second-round pick, but getting a huge contract. He was a vital member of the Rockets before he went to Dallas, and now, you know, he's going to be a first-option scorer. No, but he's going to be the guy who gets it done and can get 30 for you, but won't be the first option.
How you doing?
Up, man. About to put on a show tonight.
We'll see about that. My team's ready.
Hey, you better hope so. That's the only chance you got.
I'm going to remember that, freak. It's on.
The Rockets are looking to defeat their Western Conference rival going into this game. It's a single-game return to Dallas as the Mavericks look for a boost from their hometown crowd. And, of course, JaVale McGee. They really haven't filled the void yet in the wake of his... And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. And so in the game for the Rockets. They've got Andrew Godlock. He's out there with Harden. Howard is out there with Corey Brewer. And it's Capella in at the power forwards position. It's Harden with the drive. And it's Howard finishing it off.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Dallas leading by 9. Williams kicks to Freak. Back to Williams. Launches a 3, and that one's good.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Howard, the pass to Gaudala. Harden outside. Here's Capella. A beautiful reverse layup. Capella's got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, how pretty was that? Used the rim to protect the ball perfectly.
Williams dishes to Freak. Outside Williams. Pass to Pachulia. Puts it up from 15. Rebounded by Capella. Rockets trail by 10. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, I was able to catch up with the head coach for the Rockets just a moment ago. He told me they always have to be ready, especially against this team, because of their discipline and focus offensively. He said they can embarrass you if you're not attentive at the defensive end. We've got to stick to our principles and do all the little things at that end of the floor. Kevin, his team able to get the win in their last matchup. We'll see if they can get it done tonight.
All right, Doris, thanks. Well, guys, it really makes sense to have their defense poised to deal with the great shooters on the floor tonight.
It really does. If they can't keep the damage done by those guys to a minimum, then it's going to be a long night.
No secret about that. I mean, when they're able to get into a rhythm shooting the ball, they can put a lot of points on the board in a hurry.
And he gets it to go.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Freak kicks to Parsons. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And the idea of setting the screen on that play was right, but just poor execution.
Yeah, it just can't be a hard screen at all costs. There is a legality to how you set a screen, so you've got to be inside of both lines, legal and hard.
Rockets trail by 7. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. There's the pick. Iguodala kicks to Harden. Another miss by Harden.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Williams passes to Freak. Shot off the pick. The shot by Williams, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on it.
No shortage of scoring here. And certainly an intriguing matchup tonight. Let's hear from Trevor Ariza on his team.
You're playing against a team that is very...
Ariza might as well be describing his own game, Clark. Scrappy, ready to play, ready for anything, ready to claw to get that win.
Well, you know, he does have that kind of all-around, all-out game going back to his days at UCLA. I mean, when you combine that with his talent, he's a guy who, no matter where he's been, his teammates rave about him and respect him.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Houston, we've got Archie Goodwin, Beasley out there with Decker. Then it's Patrick Everett, and it's Capella in at the 5 spot. Mavericks making a switch here. Matthews is checked in, and a switch here also for Houston. Howard's checked in. There's the dish to Nowitzki. It's Matthews on the wing. From out on the wing, he knocks him down. Matthews has got the lead up to 12 now for the Mavs.
Yeah, offensively, really like the way they're moving it around for the best look.
How about this? 9 of the last 10 points coming off assist. Nobody forcing the action one-on-one. I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Freak dishes to Matthews. Another 3 for Dallas.
Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which equal to transition points. Make the defense move, and let's pass up a good shot for a great shot. Let the game come to you. We're forcing the issue too much.
Up in the top 5 in fewest turnovers. When you squeeze the orange and take care of the basketball like they do.
58 seconds left now here in the second. Harden outside. Now the pass to Capella. No good again that time.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close. Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Freak kicks to Johnson. Williams against Harden. Passes it to Freak. Johnson in the corner. Dallas moving it around. Just 4 to shoot. The 15-footer. Parsons' shot is off. Rockets trail by 5.
And they can guarantee this is the last possession of the quarter if they hold it.
And I'm guessing that's exactly what they're probably going to do here. Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And both free throws good from Freak. And the first half comes to a close.
Well, James,
and now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Freak in a 2-guard. Pachulia is out there with Nowitzki. Then it's Johnson, and it's Williams at the point. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Rockets seemed to be struggling. He dropped in a handful of points and added 3 rebounds as well. The iron was quite unkind to him as shot after shot ricocheted off the rim. He'll be looking to have a much better time out this contest, Kevin.
Okay, Doris, thanks for the report. Guys, do you think we'll see a better game here tonight?
I hope so. I mean, for his sake. And I think we will. I mean, he's a tough player. That won't bring him down. It'll only fuel his fire.
You can count on it. I mean, that's what I think. Coming off a game like that will make him work all that much harder today.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
Decker passes to Capella. The feed now to Brewer. Good D by Johnson.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Back to Williams. The steal. 1:02 left here in the third quarter. Here's Goodwin. The shot is off. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
And nothing went well offensively on this night for them. They were just completely disjointed.
Yeah, you could call it the 3 Ds. Disjointed, disorganized, discombobulated, or whatever else you wanted to use to describe that would be appropriate.
52 seconds left in the third quarter. Freak dishes to Pachulia. Shot clock at 6.
That's the thing with basketball. Things can change rather rapidly. It can go against you in a hurry.
Especially when you turn the ball over. And they've got a game on their hands now, and they can ill afford any more miscues.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
And that one's good. Freak.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
No good. And here is Williams. Got it off in time, but it's no good.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Dallas Mavericks dancers.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead. And what's Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dallas. Freak comes in for Darren Williams. Mavericks trail by 8. So on the floor for Houston. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Beasley out there with Howard. And it's Beverly in at the point guard position. Puts it up. Dallas again missing. Rockets have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
You got to like how they're getting the ball inside this half. They didn't have as much success earlier in the game, but now they're showing real determination in taking it inside to score.
Nowitzki a screen. And Parsons kicks to Freak. Down low, Howard with the steal. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Houston.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second-chance points.
He does not play the score. I mean, he's going to continue to work his tail off on the glass and make plays just like that.
Deflects the pass, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
Mavericks ball.
Freak passes to Barea. To the paint, tipped away. Beasley with the steal. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends. We've seen Nowitzki playing a good game here. He has 12 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
And so Nowitzki nails both of them. Rockets leading by 12. Here's Beverly. Nowitzki with the steal. Here's Parsons. Got a hand on it. Parsons against Beverly. Kicks to Harden. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
And it's blocked. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. Wesley Matthews checked in for Dallas.
Wesley Matthews.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Howard's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Beverly dishes to Harden. Back to Beverly. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Beverly's got 4 this quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
They set the pick. Stolen by Beverly. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And he gets it to go. Harden's got 20.
The defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
.144 left in the fourth quarter. Feeds to Matthews. Dishes to Nowitzki. It's on target from the high post.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Rockets.
You're right, Steve. In fact, during that break, you said it was a gutsy win. And, Steve, I agree with you. It didn't look like a game that was Going to work out for them, but Clark, man, how things changed in a hurry.
I agree with you. Gutsy's the right word for it, Kevin. What a comeback. I mean, incredible fortitude and handling the adversity that showed up. Not just to come back, but to come back and really win going away.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And, you know, against a conference opponent, Greg, who you're going to see 4 times total on the season, a 2-0 advantage is pretty healthy.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Patrick Beverley. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Here's Godalak. Pass to Harrell. That one wide left. Here's Dallas. Felton kicks to Freak. Brewer with the rebound.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
Sure can, because they've earned the win.
And the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul.
Here's Godalak.
Mavericks foul. Freak. That's his 3rd personal foul.
First one falls for him.
For Dallas, Andrew Godalak. Taking 2 shots.
He doesn't get the second one. Felton with the ball. Freak. It's off. So we see the Rockets taking the win here.
Gentlemen, I'm here.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our George Patrick Beverley.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson.
Today on 2K TV postseason.
Our defense will be a little too much.
You're just ready to win. Losing's not an option. You want to be on the cover. You want to be the best.
The game just kicked off.
I'm excited to play out. Adrenaline going. Makes me want to try to compete for $250,000.
This is for the money. Go home, right?
Winners win. Today on 2K TV postseason.
Our defense will be a little too much for them.
I'm just ready to win. Losing's not an option. Cover. You want to be the best.
Kicked off.
I'm excited to play. I feel the adrenaline going.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey there, and thank you for joining us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. This NBA season didn't take long to get interesting, but these two gentlemen have always captured our interest. Say hello to Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Hello, Kenny.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Shaq. Tonight, it's the Washington Wizards as they'll be playing against the Dallas Mavericks. For Dallas, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And on the topic of Dirk Nowitzki, so many great moments for him throughout his career and, of course, the title. Where is he, Shaq, in your mind on the all-time power forward list?
Well, he's certainly the best European player to ever play the game, him and Petrovic. He's top 7 in career scoring of any player. I'm impressed that he started off like a non-superstar. First 3 years had trouble, and then he just emerged out of nowhere.
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, the address of the President of the United States here in Washington, D.C. Live from Washington, D.C., we bring you to the Verizon Center, the home of the Wizards. Washington. It's checked in. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. On the floor for Dallas. Freak in at shooting guard. Pachulia is out there with Chandler Parsons. Then it's Matthews, and it's Barea in at the point. And that one's good.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Porter passes to Morris. And the layup's good off the glass.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Matthews against Porter. Matthews dishes to Pachulia. No good from 18. Wizards leading by 4. Now here's Wall. What a tremendous game he played against Minnesota. It's Beal on the wing. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Beal's got 5 points so far.
Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
Freak kicks to Barea, and there's the pass to Matthews. And the 3 off target. For Washington, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Wall, that's good. 1:35 left to play here in the first. Barea, the pass to Matthews. Can they get it? And off the front iron, and in it goes. Matthews has got his first points of the night. Looking at Washington, they took the win in their last game out against Minnesota.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Parsons dishes to Freak. Rebound, Washington.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Here's Wall. He has 7. There's Porter with the 3. That drops. Porter's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now here's Freak, guarded closely. Trying his luck deep. The shot no good. And Washington the other way now. Last time they came together was in Dallas, where they fell to the Mavericks.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanged off the rim. I mean, that's an easy way to get the home crowd in your grill.
Julia, good.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
And as we conclude the first quarter, and John Wall, a multiple All-Star in this league, but make no mistake, his focus is squarely on team success. Wall's the kind of guy that has his eye on the prize all the time. And Washington making some changes. Gortat's checked in for Nene. Serafin comes in for Hansbrough. And Porter subbed in for Oubre. The great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Kevin Serafin is out there with Otto Porter Jr. And it's Gortat in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. And Parsons gets it to go.
Well, that's a great pass by Darren Williams.
Looking at Dallas, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Rockets.
And you don't have to go too deep into the box score to figure out why they lost that one. They just had an inability on that day to make shots.
You know, sometimes we talk about a defense getting into the heads of the opposing players, Greg, but that night they got up in their own heads. Just got in their own way and couldn't get out of it.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Rockets made some nice plays. He had 9 points and he was a foul magnet, doing a lot of his damage at the free throw line. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
Doris, thank you. Well, guys, you know, he made play after play in that game.
You know, let's see if he can keep it going tonight. I say he does. I'll bet he goes off again.
That's a pretty bold prediction there. I mean, he's going to have to be very, very strong to even come close to dittoing that performance. What a performance from Beal here. He's got 13 points and 4 assists. He's shown some flash with his passing and some grit with his board work.
Yeah, not a combination that too many players in our league possess.
And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. With a pause in the action, let's show you the teams that were best from the line last season. The Mavericks 4th.
Collectively, I mean, they had an amazing year at the free throw line. Sometimes free throw shooting can be contagious, and it seemed like everyone on their team had the hot hand.
And the Wizards making a change here. Morris is checked in.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
And Barea has it in the corner. Wall with the steal. Here's the break. Knocked loose, tries to save it, and so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
And let's check out stats for Pachulia. Last season's performance for him averaged about 6 points a game last season, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. Last year wasn't his best, but he's looking for a bounce-back campaign this season.
Hey, listen, you know, everybody goes through rough patches in their careers, but this guy is highly motivated to make amends. Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Wizards leading by 14. Feeds it to Porter. Shoots. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. There's Freak. It's good. Great play set up by Barea.
They started the game off tortoise-like, but their offense coming to life.
Yeah, they've got a little bit more pep in their step as they start to put together some rhythm.
And Wall kicks to Gortat.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Gortat taking 2 shots.
And the second free throw, good. Mavericks trail by 13. Matthews passes to Barea. There's the dish to Freak. He kicks to Barea. He feeds it to Pachulia. And the layup falls. Pachulia's got 5.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do. What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
Matthews. No good. And we finished one half of basketball. Wizards lead by 14. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, a good...
Get ready to go, Wizard Girl.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close for the Wizards. Nene, he's checked in for Gortat. Hansbrough's come in for Morris. And Oubre subbed in for Otto Porter Jr. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Freak, he's in at shooting guard. Johnson is out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Darren Williams. Here's Freak. Beal pulls it in.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim. And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they've showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside.
Johnson attacking.
Here's a look at the stats for Nowitzki. Last year, getting it done. 9th in free throw percentage. And he was also extremely dependable behind the three-point line, finishing the season among the top 20 in three-point percentage.
And again, I mean, you got to love his commitment to excellence. I mean, he owns the free throw line. It's truly an impact part of his game.
Chris Anderson is checked in for Oubre. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Wizards.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Mavericks trail by 21. Williams up on top, covered by Wall. They get it back. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. The Mavericks have shot 67% from the line, going 6 of 9. Free throw good, Nowitzki. Washington making some changes. Seraphin comes in for Nene. And it's Otto Porter Jr. in for Hansbrough.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Freak kicks to Williams. And he banks in the layup. Williams has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Williams against Wall. 1:02 left in the third quarter of the game.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Johnson. Rebound, Washington. Wall's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. There's a screen. It's Porter outside. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Outside Williams. Here's Mesri. Can't get it to go. Now Washington takes it the other way. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Snatched up.
Move it.
Mavericks trail by 20. Outside Williams. Kicks it to Freak. Puts it up from 12. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Freak's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Terrific effort on that shot. I mean, he's given up a lot of inches in that mismatch.
Well, height, who cares about height? I mean, it's just a number. Hey, you got to go with what you got. And he took what he had right at him there.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the 4th. Morris. Anderson comes in for Porter. Nene, he's checked in for Bradley Beal. And Tyler Hansbrough's subbed in for John Wall. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dallas. Freak comes in for J.J. Barea. Kevin Seraphin is out there with Gortat. Then there's Chris Anderson. Then there's Nene. And it's Hansbrough in at the point guard position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. And that one's good. Freak.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Dishes it to Nene. Out to the wing. Now here's Hansbrough. Defense right on him.
Stay down. Stay down. That's his second personal foul.
Well, free throw drops for Hansbrough. Washington making some changes. Porter's checked in for Anderson. Bradley Beal comes in for Gortat. And John Wall subbed in for Kevin Seraphin. Mavericks trail by 17. Freak dishes to Nowitzki. Off target with his three. The Wizards have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. They double him with Freak. Matthews against Porter. Nene the pass to Porter. Nice ball movement by Washington. 5 on the clock. And here's Wall outside. Here's Hansbrough. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for
First free throw is good.
Checking out the game Tyler Hansbrough is having. He's got 8 points, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
And he gets the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And Wall kicks to Porter. To the inside, the 10-footer. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And the Wizards lead by 19.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Wizards.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort, Kevin. Everybody got involved, and that paid dividends.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
Absolutely. I mean, they had this date circled on the calendar for redemption. I mean, you never want to lose 2 games and be swept. It can be harder in an East-West game than playing against teams in your own conference. So this is a big win for them.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Wall. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Move it! Move it!
And here is Nowitzki as the Freak. At the elbow, it's Felton. Inside, here's Freak. The shot is off, and it's Washington the other way. Watkins, he's guarded by Johnson. We've got 22 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Pass to Oubre. Fires at the elbow. Felton with some nice D. Now Freak on the wing. Johnson. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. And the out.
John, a great game.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move. John Wall, double figures in both points and assists for the double-double that led the way tonight. He was their motor offensively and really got the team fired up.
There are 2 type of point guards, Ernie. Kenny would know.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure.
2K TV postseason.
Our defense will be a little too much.
Just ready to win.
Cover, you want to be the best.
The game just kicked off.
I'm excited to play. I feel the adrenaline going.
This makes me want to try to compete for $250,000.
Winners win. And losers go home. Today on 2K TV postseason.
Our defense will be a little too much.
I'm just ready to win.
Today on 2K TV postseason.
Our defense will be a little too much.
I'm just ready to win.
You want to be on the cover. You want to be the best.
The game just kicked off.
I'm excited to play. I feel the adrenaline going.
This makes me want to try to compete for $250,000.
This is it. This is for the money. Win or go home, right?
Winners win. Losers go home. Today on 2K TV postseason.
Our defense will be a little too much.
I'm just ready to win.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey there, and thank you for joining us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. This NBA season didn't take long to get interesting, but these two gentlemen have always captured our interest. Say hello to Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Hello, Kenny.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Shaq. And tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Boston Celtics. For Boston, they come into this game following a loss to Philadelphia. They haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. Already in this new year, we've seen several teams establish themselves as frontrunners. Shaq, how hard will it be for them to keep up the momentum?
Ernie, it's a long season. Injuries, trades,
you forgot
anything can
one.
happen. One more long. You just got to take care of your business. The rest takes care of itself.
Well, you know what? Every team does hit a rough patch in a long season. So how you respond is ultimately how you dictate your success.
Wow, Kenny, you sound like a politician over there.
Oh, no question. Vote for me tomorrow.
That'll do it for us.
A gorgeous nighttime view of historic Boston, Massachusetts, lighting up the twilight sky. Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K. For Johnson. Celtics leading by 8. On the court for the Mavericks. Freak, he's in at shooting guard. Johnson is out there with Chandler Parsons. Then it's Williams. Pass to Thomas. Fires the three. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Williams passes to Freak. Dishes to Parsons. Inside. It's stolen by Bradley. On the wing, Turner. Shoots from the right block. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Celtics.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Johnson, a wide open look. Hits it from three-point range. Johnson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Sullinger the screen. Thomas dishes to Sullinger. Clock at 6. No good. And it's Dallas the other way. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of D is not going to cut it. Never mind when you're on the road.
Hey, I don't know, guys. This may be all speculation. Perhaps they had a bad flight into town the night before, and we all know a rough flight in can lead to turbulence on the court.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Johnson. Crowder pulls it in.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
That cuts the lead to single digits. And it's 7 points for Chandler Parsons.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Bradley, no one around him. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. And Celtics head coach Brad Stevens lured away from a very... I wonder if Coach Brad Stevens feels like he's recruiting another. Boston making some changes. Sellinger's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Johnson comes in for Olynyk. And it's Crowder in for Evan Turner. A different look for Dallas. Thomas is the point with Bradley into his side. Jared Sellinger is out there with Amir Johnson. And it's Crowder in at the small forward. That's the Boston 5.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there. And I'm sure he appreciated it.
Parsons outside. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. And that's now 10 points for Chandler Parsons.
Boy, you got to love that assist by Darren Williams.
Thomas with the ball. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Here's Bradley. Kept alive. Tries again. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Well, it's paid off with a greater rate of second chance hoops. I mean, great effort to build this lead on their part.
They set the pick. And Parsons kicks to Freak. Shot, high post. Not enough on that one as it misses. Well, it was the Boston Celtics, their last game, a loss to the Philadelphia 76ers.
The offense just struggled mightily in that game. They went stretches where points just became very difficult to come by.
And ironically, their play wasn't that bad. It was just their shot making that went AWOL.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Williams passes to Freak. Parsons on the wing. Another 3 for Dallas.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Johnson sends the screen for Bradley. To the left side wing. Crowder. Wide open shot is on the money. Crowder's got his first points of the game. Mavericks trailed by 8. Williams dishes to Freak. Back to Williams. Takes the 13-footer, and Dallas again with the bucket.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
And that does it for the first. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first round. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. On the floor for Dallas. Freak, he's in at the point. Nowitzki is out there with Matthews. Then there's Pachulia. Then it's Felton in at the shooting guard position. Olynyk sets a screen for Turner. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Outside, Felton. Feeds to Freak. Over in the corner, Matthews. 6 to shoot. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Here's Freak. And Turner with the block. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Sullinger's checked in for Zeller. Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for Dallas. Williams comes in for Raymond Felton. Outside Turner. Sullinger the screen. Thomas gets a wide open look. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki.
Move it!
Nowitzki's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Right wing. Plenty of space. Good on the jump shot. Nowitzki's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Sullinger the screen. Sullinger with a screen for Turner. He dishes it to Thomas. To the right side. Outside Turner, trying his luck deep. Boston, no good that time either. And here we go, fast break. Freak's got it. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. For plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
Outside Turner. Olynyk sets a screen for Turner. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Yeah, not afraid of the physical play, but he still needs to stay under control.
Yeah, he obviously was not under control right there. Not much doubt he was going to get whistled for the over-the-back call.
Mickey's checked in for Boston. Freak kicks to Johnson. Pachulia the pass to Freak. Nowitzki right side. Olynyk with the steal. Turner dishes to Sullinger. Rejected by Nowitzki. The Mavericks trailing. Williams kicks to Freak. Williams passes to Freak. For the lead. Here's Pachulia. It's blocked. Now here's Turner. He's got 6. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Sullinger inside. Goes up against Pachulia. Shot's good by Turner. And here is Johnson. For the tie. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is set to get rolling. Kelly Olynyk comes in, and it's Turner in for Isaiah Thomas. And then for Dallas, Pachulia comes in for Raymond Felton, and Freak subbed in for J.J. Barea. They've got Turner. Olynyk is out there with Tyler Zeller. Then it's Johnson, and it's Hughes in at the center position. That's the Boston 5. Zeller passes to Hughes. 5 to shoot. And it's Turner off the drive, and Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got 6 rebounds here tonight. The pass to Nowitzki. Parsons on the wing. Lets a floater go, and that's 2 points on the layup.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Boston leading by 3. Outside Turner. They set the pick. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Some changes for Boston. Jay Crowder comes in for Kelly Olynyk, and it's Avery Bradley in for Tyler Zeller. For Boston, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Outside Turner. Pass to Hughes. Johnson the screen. Bradley drives in. Shot is off. Good D by Matthews. There's the feed to Freak. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Big-time basket there on the inside. I mean, he had to get that one up and over the big guy.
Way up and over the big guy, and what a time in the ball game to make it happen.
Jared Sullinger's checked in for the Celtics. Isaiah Thomas comes in for Turner. Sullinger the screen. Crowder with it. Picked up by Nowitzki. From about 19 feet, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half, but since the break, he's been on target.
Freak kicks to Parsons. Nowitzki sets a screen for Parsons. Nowitzki outside. Dallas, no good that time either. Celtics leading by 3. Sullinger dishes to Crowder. The Celtics working the ball around now. Thomas goes in. It's deflected. Here's Sullinger. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line. Sullinger, no good on the free throw. And it's good. Now it's a 7-point Celtic lead.
One of the big stories, a second chance point. They've just been terrific here in the second half in that area.
Stolen by Thomas.
What a stellar outing in this one for Thomas. He has 15 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 3-pointers.
Well, when he squared himself up and gotten good looks, he's knocked them down.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 9-point ball game here. Dallas has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. And it's Freak missing.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And an intentional foul right there. He hits the first one, and that'll place the lead to double digits. And both free throws good for Thomas. For Dallas, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Watch him. He's coming out.
And here's Boston. Big stretch here going 10-2. Sullinger outside. He kicks to Bradley. Sullinger a screen on Matthews. Shot clock at 6. Pachulia with the steal. Nobody near Parsons. The offensive rebound goes back up. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Jared Sullinger.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And a new group in for the Celtics. Zeller, he's checked in for Jared Sullinger. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Johnson. Mickey's checked in for Jay Crowder. And it's Rozier in for Isaiah Thomas. To the middle. Puts it up from 12. The shot is off. Felton with some nice D.
Not sure there's anything they can do to salvage this one.
Not anymore. I mean, any chance they had got away from them. Slipped right out of their hand.
There's the dish to Pachulia. Felton kicks to Freak. Second chance shot. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Avery Bradley.
Personal foul. Penalty situation.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
What are we in?
And he ends up making the second, and that trims the lead to 6.
Watch him.
And they go to the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Evan Turner.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. Here's Freak. From deep 3-point range, and the miss. So we see Boston get the win here. It was a fantastic.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Isaiah Thomas. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge... And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith...
Today on 2K TV postseason.
Our defense will be a little too much for them.
I'm just ready to win. Losing is not an option.
You want to be on the cover. You want to be the best.
The game just kicked off.
I'm excited to play. I feel the adrenaline going.
This makes me want to try to compete for $250,000.
I'm just ready to win. Losing is not an option.
Cover. You want to be the best.
This makes me want to try to compete for $250,000.
This is it. This is for the money. Win or go home, right?
Winners win, and losers go home. Today on 2K TV postseason.
Our defense will be a little too much for them.
I'm just ready to win. Losing is not an option.
You want to be on the cover. You want to be the best.
The game just kicked off.
This makes me
Today on 2K TV postseason.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks up against the Brooklyn Nets in their house, Barclays Center. Looking at the Nets, they're slogging through 4 straight losses coming into tonight's game, looking for answers, looking for a win to get them on track. And the clock ticking down to tip off. Kenny, you won 2 championships, might I remind you, back to back. Explain to us the makeup of a champion.
Well,
and not the makeup you're wearing right now.
I never.
But the makeup of a championship team.
However, number one is the belief. You have to believe and trust in your teammates. Trust is the most important thing. And most people think trust comes from on the offensive end, but it's trust on the defensive end. Meaning,
On the floor for the visiting Dallas Mavericks. At center, Zaza Pachulia. At the other guard position, JJ.
We are in Brooklyn, the home of the Nets, for an interconference matchup right here. The NBA on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us this Sunday afternoon. Bogdanovich comes in for Gary Neal. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Williams. On the court for the Mavericks, Freak in at shooting guard. Matthews out there with Chandler Parsons. Then there's J.J. Barea. Hollis Jefferson passes to Bogdanovich. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Spates. It's good. This game is all even. So for Dallas, their last game, a loss to the Celtics in Boston.
And it wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't execute well. The screens weren't there. The spacing was poor, and thusly the defeat.
Well, you've laid out a couple of the details that lead to good offense, or bad if you don't execute them. Shooting is just a byproduct of not screening well and not moving the ball or players well. They didn't execute anything on the offensive end.
Matthews into the lane. Dishes it to Freak.
And that's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. He'll probably have to spend some time on the bench before halftime.
Both teams deciding to change it up. .153 left to play in the first. Matthews dishes to Williams. And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. Jack passes to Kilpatrick. Spates sets a screen. From 15 feet away, can't get it to go. The Mavericks leading. Williams with a clean look. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feet. 6 points for Deron Williams.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Spates sets a screen, and Bogdanovich kicks to Spates. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Kevin, a big guy with his quickness should be almost illegal. How can you guard that?
The dish now to Freak. Shot from the low block. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there. Well, everyone knows that Freak is a product of New York, and whenever he is here playing, his family always makes the effort, Clark, to come out and see him play.
Yep, you can always find his mom and dad, Kevin, somewhere in the stands when he plays in New York, and that's understandable. They supported his journey from where it started to where he is now and continue to help him along the way.
Williams dishes to Freak. We've got 28 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Brooklyn's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Outside Jack. Over to the left wing. There's 10 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Shot's good.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
Just 3 on the clock.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets. Ladies and gentlemen, your
we got a close game here. Dallas leading by 12. On the floor for Dallas. Freak in a 2-guard. Chandler Parsons out there with Johnson. Then there's J.J. Barea.
Sticking too much.
And Freak throws it down.
Now, that was an incredible reverse throwdown right there. Tremendous body control.
I'd even go as far to say, Clark, that was a punctuation dunk. Huh?
I can feel that.
Sending a message.
How about, guys, that's one of those dunks that you probably want in your career highlight reel.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Celtics gave his team an edge. He had 9 points, and it seemed every trip down he would end up at the line. A lot of free throws for him. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
Good job as always, Doris. Thank you, guys. What was your take on his performance?
Kevin, I really felt like he left it all out on the floor. I'll say this. It was a great, hard-charging effort.
Guys, when he's on, nobody's more fun to watch. And he was definitely on in that game. You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far.
And, Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Just 4 to shoot. Parsons passes to Freak. Spates with the block. And he recovers it. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. 1:36 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Kilpatrick. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Outside Jack. Dallenberg sets a screen for Jack. He feeds it to Spates. Shot clock at 6. That's good. Spates has got 6.
Boy, I love the great assist that time by Jack.
Mavericks leading by 10. Barea kicks to Freak. Pass to Barea. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
Well, let's take a look at last year's Dallas Mavericks and where they ranked in the NBA. 4th in free throw percentage, 5th in three-point shooting. And they also showed up in the top 5 in fewest turnovers. When you squeeze the orange and take care of the basketball like they do, you put yourself in position to win.
And looking back at their superb free throw percentage, it speaks volumes about their skill level and mental focus. They had very few letdowns in concentration.
Jack, the shot is off. Nice D from Nowitzki. Last game for Brooklyn, it was a loss to Indiana.
And talk about a team that just never seemed to get into a rhythm offensively. It was just an ugly game to watch.
Yeah, that's an understatement. I mean, they didn't appear to have any kind of cohesiveness in terms of game plan. And they never figured out how to attack the defense in them.
And Jack, here we go. There's the pass to Spates. From 8, and it's denied. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Brook Lopez.
Kilpatrick. No good. And we've reached halftime in this. Second half just about to get going here. Dirk Nowitzki. Team's changing it up here. Here's Kilpatrick. Guys, there's still time for them to make a run.
But the margin of error is history.
Can't have any wasted possessions down the stretch.
We've got Johnson. He's out there with Spates. Jarrett Jack is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Kilpatrick in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Jack with it. Out-defended by Freak. Here's Bogdanovich. Good, and Jack gets the assist.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Williams dishes to Freak. Back to Williams. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
And now let's get a look at the numbers for Chandler Parsons. He had a strong showing last season. He averaged about 17 points a game last year, 5 rebounds and 3 assists. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, Sid, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Shot by Jack, wide open, and too long on the shot.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Wing shot on the way. Williams can't hit.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
And here is Jack. He's got 6. Here's Spates. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Spates has got 8.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Got that one up quick. And the Mavericks lead by 16.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Johnson the screen. Kicks to Bogdanovich. Johnson with a screen on Johnson. Pass to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Buries it from three-point range. Johnson's got his first 3 points of the game. Parsons on the wing. Pulls up from the corner. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells us. He's checked in for the Mavericks. Freak comes in for J.J. Barea. On the court for the Mavericks, Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spots. Matthews out there with Freak, and it's Pachulia in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Lopez a screen. Here's Neal, defended by Nowitzki. Neal's shot is off. Mavericks leading by 15. Here's Freak, but they recover it. Matthews passes to Freak. The shot is off, and Brooklyn will come the other way. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Williams kicks to Neal. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Neal's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Nets. Here's Freak. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam.
Wow.
Come on now.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Williams can't hit.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Nowitzki with the screen on Spates. And Parsons kicks to Nowitzki. Can't connect from short range.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Pass to Lopez.
That's the ball.
Good work defensively by Nowitzki.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Mavericks?
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
You know, they're taking care of business in the paint, too. Those are valuable points they've been getting down low.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Young comes in for Maurice Spates. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Williams. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Lopez a screen. In the corner, Neal with it. Mavericks with the rebound. Nowitzki's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
There's 1:47 left in the fourth. Here's Neal. Puts up a 3. Parsons with the rebound. Parsons got 4 rebounds in this game. Freak kicks to Pachulia. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Matthews dishes to Freak. Feeds it to Pachulia. Parsons for 3. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Mavericks.
It was like watching a 3-point shooting contest tonight here, Clark.
I call them warm-up jump shots. I mean, 3 after 3. It paid off for them in the end.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Dirk Nowitzki. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Here's Freak. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And the Mavericks lead by 18. And Brooklyn has possession. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Lopez a screen. There's a screen. Back to Jack. Launches a three. Shot is no good. Freak. Misses. So no problem for Dallas.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Dirk Nowitzki. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that was just huge. And the impact here. And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson.
Today on 2K TV postseason.
Our defense will be a little too much for them.
Just ready to win. Losing not an option.
I'm excited to play. I feel the adrenaline going. This makes me want to try to compete for $50,000.
This is it. This is for the money. Win or go home, right?
Winners win, losers go home. Today on 2K TV postseason.
Our defense will be.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Denver Nuggets as they go up against the Dallas Mavericks. And guys, for the Mavericks, they've taken a turn for the worse in their recent games, and even though it's still early in the season, they can't be happy with the direction they're headed. Hey, let's talk about a guy we'll be watching tonight, the Manimal, Kenneth Faried. Just a madman on the floor and is perhaps one of the most active players in the league.
That's right, Ernie. He's from the Brick City, Newark, New Jersey. He plays with the heart of a line in every aspect of the game. He's one of the best offensive rebounders in the league. Shout out to Brick City.
Brick City, wow, but closer is New York City to him. That's why he got that game, I think, Shaq.
And now let's send it down to Kevin Harlan as we approach tip-off.
We've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the American Airlines Center. We're in Dallas, Texas, the home of the Mavericks. All live on 2K Sports. And get ready for another dose of NBA. For Denver, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. So on the floor for Denver, we've got Wilson Chandler. Moutier out there with Will Barton. Then there's Gallinari. Outside Matthews. Takes a three. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Matthews has got his second bucket tonight.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Barton passes to Moutier. There's the screen. Lets the three fly. Offensive rebound. Here's Jokic. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
and high-quality numbers for him all season long. How about 81 from the line?
Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
J.J. Barea is checked in for Dallas. Denver also making some changes. Laverne, he's checked in for Gallinari. Gary Harris comes in for Will Barton. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Moutier. Here's Augustine. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. 1:53 left to play in the first quarter. And Laverne kicks to Chandler. In the corner, it's Harris. Shot clock at 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And how about the accuracy that was on display from three-point range in that game? They were lethal.
Yeah, splashing those threes as they did really allowed them to continuously deflate that crowd and keep them at bay. Boy, that was a nice road win for them, no doubt.
The Nuggets trail by 5. Now here is Augustine. Here's Laverne. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Here is Barea. Dishes it to Freak. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Freak's got his first bucket in this one. And you hear so often about work ethic of players, but Freak has put his money where his mouth is. He built a private gym at his house so he can put time in on the court, Clark, whenever he wants to.
Yeah, that's a good step, man. Freak is well known to be a workout. Well, freak is probably the best way to say it, so that shouldn't come as any surprise.
From outside the arc, a nice shot by Barea.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
How do you stop this? I mean, it seems like they can't miss.
Chandler outside. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouls.
The Nuggets have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game. Mavericks making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Nurkic checked in for Denver. Mavericks leading by 6. There's the pick. Barea kicks to Freak. Passes it to Parsons. Misses, and he wants that one back. And here's Augustine. Three-pointer. That's good. Augustine's got his first 3 points of the game. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. The Mavericks on top. They're up by 3. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back.
Okay, Dallas, now stepping onto the court.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Dallas.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing they've done well is they've run the shooters off their sweet spots. They've really closed out well and forced them to put the basketball on the floor.
Freak, he's in at the point. Pachulia is out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Felton. And it's Johnson in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nets really lit it up. He ended with 13 points and did a good portion of his work from the free throw line as he drew a good number of fouls. It was a great contribution from someone who is considered a bit more of a role player on his team.
Thanks, Doris. He had a heck of an outing that night, GA.
Yeah, he really did, Kevin. I mean, a very professional performance. Played hard every single second he was on the court.
Guys, that's what we expect from him, and he rarely lets us down, and he certainly didn't let us down that night.
And Freak's agent in attendance at the game today, Dom Pagnotti, the famous Dom Pagnotti. You might hear stories positive and negative about him, but he has a lot of big-name clients, that's for sure, Clark.
Yep, and Freak is one name in a long list for Pagnotti. Some question his motives and how he gets deals done, but that's not for you and I to debate.
No.
You certainly can't argue with his results.
Well, you know him well. You call him DP. I just call him Dom. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get going. They silenced them over and over again with big, timely shots.
Johnson in the corner. At the elbow, it's Freak. And he banks in the layup. Freak's got his third bucket of the night.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Chandler attacking. And again, Denver no good. Dallas has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Freak dishes to Barea. 29 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Can't hit the step-back jump shot. Now Augustine, he's averaging just around 8.5 points a game, and he gets the bucket.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
Barea, the pass to Freak. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And really, the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Augustine with it. Pass to Laverne. 1 second left. And that'll do it for the first half. Game time. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead. A different look for Dallas. Tyler Johnson, he's checked in for Chandler Parsons. Freak comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Barea subbed in for Darren Williams. So on the floor for Denver. Harris is out there with DJ Augustine. Then there's Gallinari. Then it's Wilson Chandler. And it's Laverne in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Chandler is screened. And Augustine kicks to Chandler. That's in. Augustine with the assist. Chandler's got 5 points so far.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Barea dishes to Freak. There's the pass to Barea. Nowitzki with the screen on Augustine. A baseline J. It's hauled in by Harris.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's the floater. Augustine, no luck. Mavericks trail by 10. There's Freak. And he gets it to go. Freak's got 4 points in the quarter.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
And the shot is good from Johnson.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Chandler is screened. Augustine, that's good. Augustine's got 8 points.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Freak passes to Pachulia. Terrific design on the pick clip, and he lays it in.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out. Now
here is Augustine, guarded by Barea. And it's sent back by Nowitzki. On the wing, Johnson. And the wing jumper offline.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
A nice shot by Gallinari. Gallinari's got 7 points for the quarter.
That's a nice drive there, Kevin. He beat the lone defender and was wide open under the hoop.
And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth.
Let's take them back.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. He comes in for Darren Williams. Mavericks trail by 11. Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spots. Matthews out there with Freak, and it's Pachulia in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Both free throws good from Nowitzki.
Nowitzki has it going on tonight. He's got 8 points, and his 2 blocks have given them a lift defensively.
No doubt about it. He's been a rim protector, and it's starting to get into the heads of their opponent.
Moutier kicks to Barton. There's the dish to Fareed. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Nuggets.
And, guys, something every team strives for is getting points off of turnovers, and they've done that here in both halves.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second-chance points they've been able to get.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Freak dishes to Pachulia. And Nowitzki wide open. He fires. No luck. And Denver the other way now. Moutier pass to Chandler. No good. Nice D from Nowitzki. Mavericks trail by 11. He feeds it to Pachulia. Kicks it out to Parsons. Hands it from downtown.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
They set the screen. Fires from 18, and it comes off the front of the rim.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
There's Freak, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Emmanuel Moutier picks one up.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And trying to cut into this lead, they need every edge they can get.
And both free throws good from Freak. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Now here's Moutier. He's guarded closer. Fareed outside. Fareed a screen on Matthews. Just 5 on the clock. And that one's good. Barton's got 10 points in just the second half.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
And, you know, it's only getting better as both of these teams' defenses are starting to show signs of wearing down.
And Matthews kicks to Freak. Back to Matthews. Pass to Freak. Shoots a 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. Fareed's got his 4th rebound in this one. Barton dishes to Moutier. .139 left in the fourth quarter. Kicks it to Barton. Chandler outside. Passes it to Jokic. Another shot. And it's good on the layup. And now it's a 10-point Nugget lead.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Outside Matthews. Takes it from 10. And good. Got the Ingles that time as it falls.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Dallas Mavericks dancers.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey, Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Mike Malone as he addressed his team. He wanted his guys to keep up the intensity, saying, if any of you think this game is over, you're wrong. We've got work to do. I don't want to see any letdown on the defensive end of the floor. Guys, let's watch how it plays out.
Feeds it to Freak. Nowitzki, the pass to Parsons.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Okay. So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 7. Both free throws good from Parsons.
Boy, did they need those free throws to go down. They're definitely within striking distance.
They set the pick. The feed to Gallinari. His three-pointers off the mark.
Time running low here.
A quick score, Greg, and then probably foul him right away.
Nowitzki, that's for 2. Buries it. And now they trail by just 4.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
And now we've got the intentional foul. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making.
.23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Parsons kicks to Freak. Three-pointer. The shot is off. And so they foul intentionally.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
Execution, fellas. Do your job. Freak, you're our leader out there. Execute.
From deep three-point range, Laverne grabs the miss. And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, with the game out of reach, intentional fouls don't mean anything. It's just an exercise in futility. Let the clock go.
Yeah, I agree with you, Clark. Just doesn't really make a lot of sense at this point.
And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good. So the Nuggets win it, and in the win.
Ugly. The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thanks, Kevin, and let's take a look now as we get...
His field goal percentage was excellent, up over 60%. This was a player in total control of his game. He didn't try to do too much. He didn't get reckless, just took what the...
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal...
Today on 2K TV.
Our defense will be a little too much for them.